We have some really remarkable young people in our area doing great things, and we want to highlight them and our Kids Who Make San Antonio Great special. I'm Audrey Castoreno, and thanks for joining us here on KENS 5+. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll introduce you to these 6 outstanding teens going above and beyond in our community. First up, let's start with a Harlandale High School senior who wrapped up his final days in the classroom with the rare streak you can only claim. Alicia Nieves explains how this student's dedication extends far beyond the classroom.
13 years, 0 absences.
Going to school every day, it still went by super quick, to be honest.
Meet Misael Serna, the youngest in a family that made perfect attendance a legacy.
We've always been really close.
His older brother did it. His mom set the standard.
There's just sometimes, I didn't want to go to school, but I knew I had to come into it because my mom did it, so I feel like it was my turn, because she didn't have any complaints when she did it, so I felt like I needed to step up.
The Sernas make up 3 generations of Harlandale graduates. All became UT Longhorns.
We would have followed him anywhere.
For Misael's parents, perfect attendance isn't just about the classroom.
They get the instruction every day, they get to talk to their peers every day, they get to interact with their teacher every day, and they don't miss anything.
I think it instills a work ethic. You show up every day, you're going to get paid every day.
They say showing up matters, not just for grades, but for the financial well-being of the district, too.
For districts, especially in urban areas where there's decline in enrollment, having somebody in school every day does help.
At Harlandale, Misael's mom wasn't just his calculus teacher, she was his foundation.
It does pay to go to school.
Now, the numbers speak for themselves. 13 years, 0 absences, 1 bright future.
A friend of mine told me, they were never yours to keep. They were only yours to shape and guide. And so we have to let him go.
Oh, love that. Misael leaves Harlandale with a diploma and scholarship funds. He'll pursue a degree in public relations at UT, hoping one day to work in sports. He only applied to UT, inspired by both brothers' path. Awesome. And a senior at Ideas South Florida's college is headed for the East Coast. Sarah Johnston is the first student from the campus to be accepted to Harvard University. It's the journey she took to get to that point that makes her a kid who makes San Antonio great.
We're here with a special college acceptance update from the class of 2025.
Hi, my name is Sarah Johnston and I got accepted to Brown, Dartmouth, and this fall I'll be attending Harvard University.
A first-of-its-kind acceptance at Ideas South Florida's College Preparatory.
In our first ever Harvard University acceptance, she received...
It's a huge accomplishment. I never would have thought that I would have gotten into Harvard.
Videos of Sarah Johnston opening her acceptance emails with her school counselors going viral.
Oh my God!
Sarah is an amazing example of the best of IDEA and the best of our students in the city. She's a first-generation college student, and so having her as a role model for our students and for students across the city is so important.
Sarah facing many of the same challenges her peers have on her journey to college acceptance.
It's just my mom and I, and there's been a lot of times where we've struggled a lot, and I've just had to learn how to manage and work through that, and I think it's really built my own awareness of finances and about just how to support myself. And I know that's common for a lot of my classmates as well. Pushing forward to go to college has been just a huge moment for me because it's me accomplishing my dreams that I never would have imagined.
Dreams spoken and signed. The deaf community also cheering her on online.
Growing up, both of my parents were deaf. Seeing the challenges that they face on the daily with discrimination and with how they had grown up with not really a great education, I think seeing the challenges that they faced has really inspired me to push through my education because I see the value in it.
This CODA, or child of deaf adults, realizing the long days and nights leading up to this moment are more than just hers.
Just seeing the Facebook post with all the comments on there, I've seen so many comments from other CODAs and from other deaf people, and they're encouraging me and they're saying how proud they are of me, and it just makes me emotional to think about how I get to be a representative and I'm gonna cry. I don't wanna cry in this interview. I know it's something that I'm gonna carry with me for a really long time, and just having that video of me telling my mom, I'll hold it forever.
And Sarah plans to study neuroscience and said she would love to someday research diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. She has a bright, bright future. All right, and this next student has a sweet soul with a big heart, and her time volunteering really has helped her to discover her calling. Meet Jocelyn Gomez.
For Jocelyn Gomez, volunteering started out like it does for most kids, a requirement for school.
I would volunteer at the food bank, at the library, and then it was the summer after freshman year, I started looking at places to volunteer. I wanted to do something during the summer.
That's when she discovered Children's Association for Maximum Potential, or CAMP, out in Kerrville.
People with disabilities aren't really accepted everywhere, so I thought it was cool, like they just have the most fun there and they can do anything they wanted to. They can canoe, they can fish, they can do art, like anything they wanted.
And when Jocelyn's dad, Joseph, started losing his sight as a result of his diabetes taking a turn for the worse, Jocelyn knew how to step in to help.
So she has to guide me, and it's, to her, maybe simply leading me. But without her, I may fall. I've hit a wall, I've gotten a black eye. You know, it completely blacks out when I walk into a house. Jocelyn did, help quite a bit. Mom helped quite a bit, and I'm very thankful for that.
All of her experiences creating a soft spot in her heart for those who may need a little more help in life.
I think seeing just so many different people at camp, like it definitely inspired me to want to also help them in the future.
Jocelyn now planning to attend Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles this fall, majoring in special education.
It just really shows the type of person that she is and what she's going to develop to be. I'm very happy to see her develop that part of her.
Because she's been so instrumental to other people, she doesn't see it at the level me and Mom see it at. But it's a lot, and I'm just proud of how she took it on and how she loves what she does to help give back to the community.
Putting passion back into her community is what makes Jocelyn Gomez a kid who makes San Antonio great.
All right, and now to a young man's life journey who's really come full circle his senior year, using the skills he's learned as an Eagle Scout. Ezra Sharon is building on a path of service. I sat down with this kid who also makes San Antonio great.
Since he was 5 years old, Ezra Sharon has been scouting, adopting the values and living by the Scout oath and law.
I love that when it comes to Scouts, we don't do anything for just any reason. We do it all the time to benefit the community. Like when it comes to doing service projects or service work, like cleaning up a park.
So when it came time for his Eagle Scout project, this 18-year-old with a servant's heart decided to give back to those who help some of the smallest and most fragile get their start in the world.
I was making donation bags for the Methodist Children's Hospital NICU. They consisted of things like baby wipes, baby books, baby toys, baby blankets. It's just to kind of give them a little bit of a leg up on the journey of raising a NICU kid.
And Ezra can relate. He too got his start in a NICU, born at just 26 weeks and weighing just over 1 pound.
Being where I came from and what I started out as, I was pretty set on this idea that I wanted this to be my project.
Ezra collecting donations and putting together over 100 discharge care packages. His effort not going unnoticed by the NICU nursing staff at Methodist Hospital.
It truly is like a light and a beacon whenever they're getting these bags and the NICU story. It gives our families hope and compassion, and knowing that there are babies out there that are thriving.
The bags, nurses say, went quickly, but Ezra's legacy will live on at Methodist Hospital at Zoe's Prayer Garden. The Eagle Scout service continuing by building this bench by hand, a place for families or even staff to grab a moment of peace and solace.
It feels great knowing that the passion and work and effort I put into my project is being utilized and that it's being used for a good cause.
We love our NICU babies, and we especially love when they come back and they show us the growth and the impact that they're doing. It reconnects us to our purpose, what we do every single day. It reignites our why and why we do this.
Like these medical professionals who fight for the tiniest lives, Ezra hopes he can continue to fight the good fight too. His dream now, to go into law enforcement, making him a kid who makes San Antonio great.
Keep fighting for what you know is right, basically. That's what I have done and what I will definitely continue to do.
Speaking of fighting, a local teen putting on her boxing glove for the fight of her life. She's calling on her community to help her represent San Antonio at the National Junior Olympics. KENS 5 reporter John Coker gets in the ring to bring us her story.
It seems like you're probably more nervous about doing this interview than you are about the fight.
A little bit, yes, sir.
She's a little soft-spoken on camera, but a powerhouse in the ring. San Antonio's own Giselle Hughes, a 16-year-old amateur boxer ready to represent her hometown in Las Vegas on the national stage.
I'm going to be fighting at Nationals, the Junior Olympics. It's a pretty big fight in my opinion.
With only 3 years of experience under her belt, Hughes is already set to be matched up with some of the toughest fighters in the country.
When she started out, she wasn't being competitive. This was just a sport to let off a little steam.
Her father, former boxer Ricardo Medina, says it was a painful family battle that motivated his daughter to get in the ring for the first time.
5 years ago, my wife and I, we lost our 1-year-old son, which was her little brother. You know, after that, the family was broken. I just remember sitting at the table one day and telling her, hey, you have to do something. So what do you want to do? You want to play softball or you want to try out boxing? She said, well, I'll try out boxing. And within a month, she had her first fight. 2 months later, she was at Nationals.
My reason, my why, is my little brother. It's a lot more than just a win.
Qualified for the fight and confident in her training,
I think I got this one down.
Hughes is now calling on her community to fight for her in her final round of fundraising.
The tournaments are very expensive, honestly.
She says reaching her $1,500 goal will move her one step closer to the main event and one giant leap toward her ultimate dream.
My goal right now is to fight in the 2028 Olympics. It's been a lot for me to be able to represent San Antonio, going up there and continuing.
All right, well, you got to go all the way then.
Yes, sir.
All right, San Antonio's got your back.
Thank you.
We're in your corner. For San Antonio's own, John Coker, KENS 5.
Be keeping an eye out in 2028. And finally, a Reagan High School student will be awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest award a civilian can receive. The prestigious honor based on the work he's put into his nonprofit, Hope for Triumph. I got the chance to sit down with this very accomplished incoming senior to learn more about what it is that inspires his charity work.
Hope for Triumph got its start in the living room of the Tripathy home. Its founder, 17-year-old Siddhar Tripathy's mission, to empower those affected by terminal illness. But for him, it's personal.
When I was 9, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. She was given a life expectancy of 3 months.
The family would rally around Siddhar's mom, Charu. Chemotherapy hitting Charu as it does many cancer patients, causing her to lose her hair.
And he saw me and he was like peeking out of the door, and I saw the fear in his eyes. And I thought like, okay, it's not me, it's the entire family who is facing it. The fear, the dilemma.
The experience changing Siddhar and the entire family.
Like with any kid, they're thinking like, my mom is gonna die. I was trying to just like make the most of it.
Once his mom was in remission, Siddhar realized it was his turn to help other families going through the same stresses.
No one should be facing cancer alone.
So he started with a message of hope.
We started out by going out giving cards, helping the kids, care packages. Eventually I realized that I could better help people if I started it as a nonprofit.
In 2023, at the age of 14, establishing his nonprofit, Hope for Triumph.
We started creating a community of volunteers, and we go out and provide services to help families undergoing cancer with their mental health. We help with services such as transportation to hospitals, food, cleaning, tutoring for kids.
In the last 2 years, the nonprofit giving out thousands of care kits, hundreds of care packages, and raising thousands of dollars. His outreach even touching his 8th grade science teacher, Denise King, who fought endometrial cancer.
And it was just really nice to know that there's something other than your immediate family and your immediate circle of friends that can help you through something like this. And for a teenager to step up and do that, that is almost unheard of.
He was very compassionate since childhood.
His parents, proud of the impact Siddhar and his team are making on the community.
I would say Siddharth is a leader. He's creating more leaders in the community by the way he's growing Hope for Triumph.
A young leader driven by compassion and purpose.
My goal eventually with Hope for Triumph is to support cancer research and to create a world where cancer is no longer an issue that people have to deal with.
Really inspiring young man. If you would like to meet more kids who make San Antonio great, head on over to our website at kens5.com/greatkids. I'm Audrey Castoreno. Thanks for watching.